Hello students, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. With our last video, we have completed the main topic of SSC, that is trigonometry. Now proceeding to our new topic, chapter number 12 in your textbook, that is applications of trigonometry. So here, as we have understood the different concepts of trigonometry, now we will see how this trigonometry is involved in our daily life concepts. Okay. So now to proceed in studying this chapter and doing the solving of the problems, before that you should aware of few important terms that are involved in this chapter. Okay, so we will start with the important points which are involved in this chapter. So write side heading as important points. First one, so here we deals with observing the object from the ground to the top, and as well as observing the objects onto the ground from standing on the building. So these type of things we will see in this chapter. So our first point over here is line of sight. So let us see what is line of sight. So the line of sight is, it is the line drawn from the eye of an observer to a point on the object being viewed by the eye of observer. Line of sight is the line which is drawn from our eye, like observer's eye, to the point on the object, where the observer is seeing onto the object, at which point it is seeing. Suppose there is a tree onto the ground and he is standing at the top of the building and he is seeing the bottom of the tree, foot of the tree. Then the line drawn from the observer's eye to the foot of the tree is considered as line of sight. Okay. If suppose instead of foot of the tree, the observer is seeing the top of the tree, then the line drawn from the eye of an observer to the top of the tree is considered as line of sight. Okay. This is about line of sight. Now second term is angle of elevation. Angle of elevation says that if the line of sight is above the horizontal, if the line of sight is above the horizontal, then the angle between the line of sight and horizontal is called angle of elevation. Okay students, if the line of sight is above the horizontal, whenever we see the angle, we will see with reference to the horizontal line. Okay, so above the horizontal, then the angle between the line of sight, then the angle between the line of sight and that horizontal, that particular horizontal, is called angle of elevation. See, I will try to explain this with the help of example. Suppose this is the tree, okay, and you are standing over here. Okay, so suppose this, from here you are observing the top of the tree. When you draw this is considered as line of sight, okay, and this is the height of the tree. So when we take the angle between line of sight and the horizontal, we will not take like this with our complete body, we will not take the angle. First of all, here we will take one horizontal to the tree, okay? From our eye to the tree, one horizontal is being drawn, and always with reference to that horizontal only we will take the angle of elevation, either angle of elevation or angle of depression, okay? So the angle between this line of sight, because you are observing from here to the top of the tree, okay? So this is your line of sight and this is the horizontal line, okay? Then the angle between them is considered as angle of elevation. I will take it as theta. Understand everybody? So like this you can consider anything. AB is the height of the tree, CD is your height, and this is the horizontal, okay? So like this we will take this as angle of elevation. I will explain again. Angle of elevation is if your line of sight is above the horizontal, as you are raising your head to see the top of the tree, which means your line of sight will be above the horizontal. If you are lowering your head, then it will be below the horizontal. Then, but here you are seeing the top of the tree which is taller than you, so the line of sight is above the horizontal line. Then the angle between the line of sight and horizontal line is called as angle of elevation. Understand? So this is your angle of elevation. Okay, students. Now moving to third thing, that is angle of depression. That will be quite opposite to this one, students. Angle of depression. So when you see this, you will get the idea how to write angle of depression by seeing angle of elevation. What you need to write? If the line of sight is below the horizontal, we need to take over here. Okay, there we took above the horizontal. Here, if the line of sight is below the horizontal, then the angle between the line of sight and horizontal is called what? It is called angle of depression. Okay, students, if the line of sight is below the horizontal, then the angle between that horizontal and that angle line of sight is called as what? Angle of depression. Let us try to understand this also with the help of example. Suppose this is the building and you are seeing a stone on the ground, which is there on the ground. Okay, you are standing at the top of the building and you are watching this ground. So this will be your line of sight. Okay, and as I said, angle is always taken with reference to the horizontal. So here, as you are seeing from here one horizontal needs to be drawn. Then the angle between this horizontal line and this line of sight is called as angle of depression. Okay, students. And the last thing, we always consider the objects to be linear. The objects to be linear while drawing figures to solve the problems, and the height of the observer is ignored, and the height of the observer is ignored if it is not given in the problem. Okay students, so here I mean to say that whenever we draw like building and this tree, this observer, okay, always we will draw through representing it as a line. Okay, we will not draw complete building with the windows, doors, etc. We will just consider it to be a linear, and while drawing the figures to solve the problems, and the height of the observer is ignored. Okay, suppose here the observer was standing and its height is not given, so we will ignore this height, and whatever we will get this information right from A to, let us say this as E. A to E, whatever you get, that we will take as height of the tree. Okay, as per the solving of the problems, we will take AE as the height of the tree, because if the CD is not given in the question, if it is given, then after finding this AE, this plus this we will take as the height of the tree. Understand? So that only it says the height of the observer is ignored if it is not given in the question. Understand students? Again I will say, the line of sight is the line drawn from observer's eye to the object that he is seeing through his eye. Okay, that line, straight line drawn, is known as line of sight, and always line of sight can be above the horizontal and below the horizontal. We will not take it with respect to the vertical lines which are there in our diagram. Okay, so whenever from where you are seeing, there firstly this horizontal should be drawn. From here you are seeing means one horizontal, from here you are seeing means one horizontal line should be drawn. And suppose if you are raising your head, then your line of sight will be above the horizontal line, and the angle between those two lines is called as angle of elevation. Suppose if you are seeing any object on the ground, then the angle between the line of sight and the horizontal is called angle of depression. The two things only, and always you see angle of elevation is same as angle of depression. Okay students, like suppose if you are seeing from a building to the foot of the tree, the same thing when you see from the foot of the tree to the building, the angle remains same. Understand? Because you are not changing either your position or the foot of the tree's position. Okay, and the last thing is that we always consider the objects to be linear when we draw the diagram, and the observer's height will be ignored if it is not given in the question. Okay, otherwise we will take the height of the observer also if it is mentioned in the question. So note down all these points, then we will proceed for solving of the problems of exercise 12.1. Okay. Now students, before proceeding for solving of the problems of exercise 12.1, I want to say a few things that trigonometry has been used by surveyors for various centuries. Like they use theodolites in the process of surveying. Understand? So in such a survey of 1852, the highest peak that you people have already know that has the height of that peak has been measured with the help of those theodolites. Actually, they used to use those theodolites for measuring angle of elevation and angle of depression. So similarly, in 1852, the height of that peak in the Himalayas has been measured from 6 different locations at a distance of 160 kilometers. Like those theodolites were kept at a distance of 160 kilometers from that peak, and the height of that peak has been calculated from 6 different locations. And just because of that survey only, the name of the peak has came like Mount Everest, and the name of this peak has been named after a surveyor whose name is Sir George Everest. So on his name only the height of the peak, as they have only calculated this, commissioned, and they have used these giant theodolites. That is the reason the height of that peak has also been named after this surveyor like Mount Everest. Understand? So now we will proceed for drawing the figure of this problem. Actually, in this exercise, sometimes height and sometimes distance we have to measure. So we will draw the diagram by thinking the situation geometrically. Always whatever situation is given, that you need to visualize geometrically, and you need to draw a figure depending upon the given information of the question. After that, either sometimes you need to find height or sometimes you need to find the distance. In rare locations or rare situations, you will get the idea of involving hypotenuse side of the diagram. Okay, mostly we will deal with height as well as distance. So that is the reason the problems which we are going to do now are also known as height and distance problems. Okay, so let us see how to draw the diagram for this given situation. Exercise 12.1, question number 1. A tower stands vertically on the ground. So listen, just read the question carefully and then go for drawing the diagram. Okay, a tower is standing vertically on the ground from a point which is 15 meter away from the foot of the tower, and there is a point which is 15 meter away from where? From the foot of that standing tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower. So from that point, the top of the tower is being observed and the angle found in between that horizontal and line of sight is 45 degree. We need to find the height of the tower using the given information. So firstly, drawing of the diagram is very important, students, in these exercise problems. Okay, exercise 12.1 as well as exercise 12.2. I mean to say that complete this chapter is 50% dependent on drawing of the diagram, because if you commit the mistake in drawing of the diagram, you may commit errors in solving it also. So that is the reason drawing of the problem is very important, and in examination for 1 mark or for 2 marks, you will get the questions like just to draw the diagram. Okay, so just identify and analyze the importance of the diagram involving in these questions. Okay, so firstly, a tower is standing vertically on the ground. Let us say this is tower, and there is a point 15 meter away from the foot of the tower. From the foot of the tower, there is a point which is 15 meter away. Okay, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 45 degrees. So from this point, the top of the tower is being observed. So when I draw this is line of sight and the angle between them is 45 degrees. It seems we need to find out the height of the tower. I'll take it as A, B and this as C. Okay, now we will write the assumptions. Let AB is equal to height of the tower, which is missing. Let us take it as H. Okay, students, H we are taking it. Now BC is distance between foot of the tower and what is this? Point. Okay, and this one, angle ACB is 45 degree. Understand? So as per the given information, we have drawn the diagram. It is very easy, and after drawing the diagram, we are writing what are we assuming as per the diagram. AB is height of the tree, that is we are finding, so let us take it as H, and BC is the distance between foot of the tree and the point on the ground, which is 15 meters. I'll write over here, this distance is 15 meters, and then this angle ACB is 45 degree. Understand, students? So now let us proceed how to find out this height of the tower. So when you see, this is like a right angle triangle, and you know that in trigonometry we deals with right angle triangle only, mostly in this chapters in this grade. So you need to see that as per the given angle, what are the given information and unknown information. So as per this angle, this side is given, this side you need to find out. Now you need to think that for this angle, this is which side? This is opposite side, and this is which side? This is adjacent. This longest side will be always hypotenuse, right? This is opposite, this is adjacent. Now mostly you think about only three ratios: sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta formula is opposite by hypotenuse, but here hypotenuse is not involved. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse, again hypotenuse is not involved. Tan theta is opposite by adjacent, so here both the sides are involved, opposite to this angle and adjacent to the angle, right? So here you need to use tan ratio to find out the height of the tower. So in triangle ABC, I am taking which ratio? Tan 45 degree. Tan theta, no? So here theta is 45 degree, that is the reason tan 45 degree. So as per this tan 45 degree, this is opposite side. So AB by adjacent BC. The formula of tan theta is opposite by adjacent. So that is the reason we have written opposite side as well as adjacent side. If you see the trigonometric ratio of a specific angle table, the value of tan 45 is 1. So 1 equals to AB is H and BC is 15. H by 15 we got. We need to find out H. So transposing this 15 from right to left as it is in division, after transposing it gets multiplied. 15 ones are 15 equals to h. H is 15, which is nothing but height of the tower. Height of the tower is 15 meters. Understand, students? So height of the tower is 15 meters. Remember one thing, whenever the angle of elevation or the angle of depression is 45 degree, then height will be equal to the distance between that object and the foot of the tree and the point, I mean to say. Okay. So always remember that whenever 45 degree is there, height equals to distance. Height and distance are same at angle of 45 degree, because tan 45 value is 1. That is the reason both will be same. Okay, students. So note down this one, then we will proceed to question number 2, which is very important as per examination point of view. Now proceeding to question number 2, as I said, it is very important as per examination point of view, students. Question number 2 says that a tree breaks due to storm. A tree was standing and it breaks down due to storm, and the broken part bends, and wherever the tree is broken, that part is has been bent so that the top of the tree touches the ground. The top of the tree, after bending it is touching the ground and making 30 degree angle with the ground. The top of the tree, after touching the ground, it is making 30 degree angle with the ground. The distance between the foot of the tree and the top of the tree. The foot of the tree, this half part of the tree is still standing with the ground only. So that foot of the tree and the top of the tree on the ground is 6 meter. Wherever the top is touching, in between the distance between the top and foot of the tree is 6 meter. We need to find out the height of the tree before falling down. The tree has not been detached completely after breaking down. It is joined to that middle part and it has been bent. Okay. So let us see how it is. Firstly, I will consider this was the tree standing. Okay, students. And suppose because of storm, it has been broken down from here. Let us take that point as C. And this point, after bending, it started bending from here, and it falls down like this. So this part now came onto the ground. This A is now onto the ground. The distance between this and this is 6 meter given, and the top of the tree is making 30 degree with the ground given in the question. Understand, students? This was the tree standing. Because of the storm, it has broken from here. At C, it has broken, and this broken part has been bent like this. And this is the top of the tree which is touching the ground now, making 30 degree angle with the ground. And the distance between this foot of the tree and the top of the tree which is touching the ground is 6 meter given in the question. Okay. Now we will consider the height of the tree. What was the height of the tree before broken? Don't take it as AB, because this is also AB as the top came down. Okay. So we will take the height of the tree before broken was the addition of these two parts, AC and CB. So that only I write, let AC plus CB be the height of the tree before falling down. Okay. AC plus CB be the height of the tree before falling down, and this AB is the distance. AB is what? It is the distance between foot of this tree and the top on the ground. Okay, as the top after breaking is touching the ground, so the distance between the foot of the tree and the top on the ground is AB we have taken, which is given in the question as 6 meters, and one angle is 30 degree, so we will take angle CAB is equal to 30 degree. Now here students, as we have to find out the height of the tree before falling down, so you need to find out two parts over here. One is CV, one is CA, which is now became hypotenuse for this particular triangle. So as per this angle, when you see, this is opposite side, this is hypotenuse side, this is adjacent. So adjacent is given, opposite and hypotenuse we need to find out. So let us proceed for finding opposite first. As just now we have seen in question number 1, opposite by adjacent is tan ratio formula. Okay. So I will take the triangle ABC. First I will take tan ratio. Tan 30 degree equals to, so opposite by adjacent. This is opposite CB and this is adjacent AB. Tan 30 value is 1 by root 3 students. And CB, we don't know, we will keep this as it is. AB we know, which is 6. Understand? So now I will multiply this 6 over here. 6 ones are 6 by root 3 is equal to CB. As we have learned in earlier classes that there should not be an irrational number in denominator. So how to remove this? We have to do the rationalizing. Okay. So how to do the rationalizing over here? As we have seen in exercise 11.4 question, when you have 1 minus sine A, you used to multiply numerator and denominator with 1 plus sine A, 1 plus sine A. Whereas here it is nothing like that, only one number is there. So with that particular number only you need to multiply numerator as well as denominator. So this will be 6 into root 3 by root 3 into root 3. Whatever number is there in the denominator, with that only you need to multiply numerator as well as denominator. Okay, like that rationalizing we will do. Equals to CB. Now 6 into root 3 is 6 root 3 by root 3 into root 3 is 3 is equal to CB. This also we have learned. When two same irrationals are multiplied, we will get without root number. So now 3 ones are 3 twos are 2 into root 3 is 2 root 3 is equal to CB. So we got CB. Now we have to find out AC also. So for that purpose, you see, this is adjacent side, this is hypotenuse side, and this is opposite side, this is hypotenuse side. Since you got opposite, now you can go either for sine ratio or cos ratio. Any one ratio you can select to find out hypotenuse, because you know this side as well as this side you got just now. So I will take sine in same triangle ABC. Which ratio? Sine 30 degree equals to opposite by hypotenuse. CB by hypotenuse is AC. Sine 30 value is 1 by 2. CB just now we got, that is 2 root 3. And AC is as it is AC. Now cross multiplication we will do. AC into 1 is AC. And 2 into 2 root 3 is 4 root 3. Okay students. So we got the measurement of both the parts. Now we will add them to get the height of the tree before falling down. Therefore, height of the tree before falling down, we have taken as AC plus CB. AC plus CB. So here we got AC as 4 root 3 plus this CB we got as 2 root 3. So when you add 4 root 3 and 2 root 3, you will get it as 6 root 3. You can stop here itself if it is given in 2 mark. If suppose 4 mark, in 4 mark if the question has been asked, then you need to substitute the value of root 3 also. 6 into the value of root 3 is 1.732. You need to remember this value because sometimes it may be given in the question, sometimes not. So when you multiply 6 into 1.732, you will get 6 2s are 12, 1 goes carry, 6 3s are 18 plus 1 19, 6 7s are 42 plus 1 43, 6 1s are 6 plus 4 is 10. Before 3 digit point is there, before 3 digit point if you take, you will get it as 10.392 meters. Okay, so if the question, if it is asked in 2 mark, you can stop here itself, 6 root 3 meter. If it is in 4 mark, always you should substitute the value of root 3, that is 1.732, and then you should multiply to get the final answer. So the height of the tree before falling down was 10.392 meters. Okay students, so copy this question and practice both the questions of today's session, whatever we have learned, and always also go through the important points that we have discussed. Hopefully in our next class we will solve the remaining problems of this exercise. Okay, thank you all of you.